Hi, this is Keshav. In this video, I wanted to show you guys how you can drive MTD, YTD and QTD calculations for all the visuals through the slicer value that you're going to select in Power BI. Alright, so what I meant to say is I wanted to have these values in the slicer without going for pre-calculated measures for these time intelligence functions. What I want to have, I want to just drive those calculations for all the visuals through the slicer value that I'm going to select. For instance, if I select YTD, I should have YTD calculations for all my visuals in my Power BI report. If I select QTD, I should have QTD calculations for all my visuals. In the same way, MTD. Alright, let's get started. Let me show you guys how we can achieve that. For more videos from my side on Power BI, on Azure Data Engineering certification and also on machine learning, please do subscribe by clicking the button below. Alright, let's get started. Let me take you guys into SSMS. Here I have some sample data where I mocked up some data. You could see here there are only two fields, sales date and sales amount. Okay, let me import this data into Power BI first. Let me quickly do that. I'm gonna go for SQL. Let me pass the instance name, okay, and database name. All right, select star from. This is the table that I just created. All right, it might take few seconds. Let's wait for that. Okay, let me load the data. Load. Alright, data has been loaded. Let me rename this to sales data or something instead of going for query to sales data. So I want to add few more columns along with those two columns those I have in my table. Let me add few more columns. Alright, I'm gonna go for new column. Let me add year. Okay, year of the sales date. Alright, in the same way let me create month and quarter as well. Okay, new column. Let me add the next column for month. All right. Oh, I forgot to change the function. Yep. All right. Okay. But I'm getting month number, right? So I don't want month number. Let me go for month name. So how do we get that? Let's go for format function. All right, it should work now. Alright, so I got month name, and now in the same way let me go for quarter as well. So how do you get the quarter? Let me paste that. Quarter, I can go for quarter function. Okay, alright, I added three more columns: year, month, quarter. These are not mandatory for our requirement, but just I wanted to create, I wanted to add few more columns. But here I'm getting quarter as 1, 2, 3, right? So let me append Q for that. How do you do that? By using concatenate function we can append Q. Okay, alright, let me go for Q. In case if you want to have space in between, up to you, you can have space as well, but I don't want to have any space. It should be like Q1, Q2, Q3. Okay, done. Now let's go back to the visual. First let me add one visual here, any visual, up to you, what are the visual you want. So I wanted to have this visual for total sales amount, right? Let me go for sales amount. Yes, it's been added. If you want to see this sales by quarter or month, it's up to you. Okay, let me go for month. So this is month wise sales amount. Alright, months not in order, let's not worry about that now. Okay, now I'm gonna add one slicer. Okay, let me go for list. Okay, if you want to go for hierarchy, of course you can. Alright, there is hierarchy also created. Go to year. Within that year, if you want to go for any quarter, of course you can select, right? Yeah, but this is not our requirement, right? So we wanted to have the slicer for our time intelligence values. So whatever the value that you're gonna select, based on that our visual should show the measures for those time intelligence values, right? So that's what we need to achieve. Okay, so for that what we need to do, we need to create a new table by using DAX. From that table we can call slicer. Okay, let's see how we can create new table with DAX. Alright, let's go to modeling. Under modeling, you could see there is an option here, create new table. Okay. Select new table. Here completely need to create the table with DAX. Okay, let's give table name as YTD slash QTD MTD DAX, right? I'm gonna define one variable which will carry today's date. So for that, I'm gonna say variable name I'm gonna give as today. Yeah, let me call today function. So this today function will get today's date, right? So that's okay. Now I'm going to create one more variable here to get start date of this year that we need later to create the data. I'm going to give the name as start of year. If by using start of year function you can get the starting date of the year, right? So here directly you can give today's date, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to directly pass that column name from the table. Okay, from this column name it should get starting date for year. All right, so if you have more than 1 year, you need to put condition. So as of now I don't have more than 1 year. Let me just continue. I'm gonna create one more variable which will carry start of quarter. This will get start date of the quarter. Okay, we have a function called start of quarter. So again let me pass date column. We have to get start date of current quarter, right? So for that what we need to do, let's use calculate. Why I'm using this calculate is just to pass the condition. Okay, quarter of sales date equals to quarter of today, right? I hope this is clear for you guys. So what I'm gonna do, so I wanted to get start date of the current quarter. Okay, so but again we have got a lot of quarters, right? So we need to filter the start date of the quarter which is equal to the current quarter. That's it. All right, so now what I'm going to do is in the same way, let me create one more variable which should get start date of the month. Okay, if you don't have more than 1 quarter, you don't need to put that condition. As I got more than 1 quarter, so I need to use that condition. So start of the month, here there is a function called start of month. So again we need to use calculate because we need to filter, we need to apply the condition, right? So calculate start of month of the sales date which is equal to month of the current month, right? Okay, month of today. All right, I created required variables. Here first variable it will get today's date, and second variable it will get start of that current year, and third variable it will get start of the current quarter and start date of current month. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one more variable that will be the final or result set. I'm going to define the variable final result set. What we are exactly doing, creating a table that is called YTD, QTD, MTD. For that we need to create a columns as well. So we need to create columns and we need to pass the data to those columns. All right, so I'm going to use union. I'll tell you why I'm going to use union here, just to combine the data from queries below. Okay, as I'm going to add new columns here for this table, I'm going to use add columns. Okay, so what I'm going to add here, through this function I'm going to add 2 columns. For those 2 columns I need to define the value, right? So for the first column I'm going to just get the dates. Okay, that would be the date column. So I want to get the dates. For that, for getting the dates we can use calendar function. So calendar function, what it will do, it will generate the dates between the given start date and end date. Okay, here I'm going to pass the start date as start of year. Let me get the dates for year first. Okay, start of year and the day between the end date would be today. Okay, from the start of year till today I need to generate the dates dynamically. Okay, by default there will be one column date, and these values will be stored under date column. Okay, now I need to create the other column, right? So I'm going to add one more column called selection. Yes, selection. For that, this is for year, right? So I'm going to add value as YTD. All right, so now let me close the bracket. Okay, now in the same way I need to add 2 more columns, right? So I'm just copying and pasting from add columns section. Okay, so we have to create one for YTD, one for QTD and MTD as well, right? So the dates for QTD should be start of quarter, right? So this is, let me make quarter here, start of quarter and today. Okay, now in the same way, let me use the variable called start of month, that would be start date until today, right? So now I'm gonna change this as QTD and this should be MTD. So it's very simple. I'm just creating one table. So the table will have two columns, one is date column, other one is selection column. So I'm just generating the dates for all the selection. Okay, for YTD selection I'm just generating the dates from the starting of this year till today. Okay, and for QTD in the same way I'm generating the dates from starting of the quarter till today. In the same way for MTD also I'm generating the dates. Okay, so if you see overall in the dates column, you could see some duplicates also, because the dates those already covered for YTD you might be creating again for QTD, you might be creating again for MTD. Let's not worry about that. Of course expected to have duplicates here. So it's very simple, just we are creating a table with DAX function, that's it. Alright, now let's call this result set. Okay, let's return this result set. Alright, let me execute the query. Yep, there is table created, and within the table we could see there are two columns, date and selection. Let me go to the data section here and let me select this table. All right, we have got table created, and if you go to selection you could see three values, YTD, MTD and QTD. So if I go for MTD, I could see only dates belong to this month. Okay, starting of July till 12th July. All right, so if I go for QTD, I should have starting of this quarter till today. Okay, for QTD also same dates, because this quarter is starting from July only, right? So okay, so we have got only 12 days in QTD, and the MTD also you could see same dates. In fact, if you execute same query in next month, you could see whole of July as well as the number of days in the next month. All right, so it will work dynamically anyways. This is how it looks. So if you select YTD, you could see whole of this year, starting of this year till today. All right, so we are done. Now let's go ahead and implement in Visual. Okay, so currently this Visual, it shows the total sales amount, the broken down by month, right? So now I'm going to add a slicer here. Okay, so the value for this slicer would be from the selection column. Okay, you could see now MTD, YTD, QTD values are added here. Of course, if you want to go ahead and add one metric also for your total sales amount, of course have one card here, so that it will be more clear for you guys when you are toggling through MTD, YTD and QTD. So you should see the difference in the sales amount as well. All right, let me add the measure called total sales amount. This is total sales amount till now, it's 1.89 million, right? Okay, now let me go ahead and select YTD. That is YTD, obviously it will be same, because for whole year I got only data for only this year, so this is total sales. So in case if you have sales for multiple years, when you select YTD, you could see only the sales amount from the starting of this year till today. All right, so in my data set I have only for 1 year, so you can't see the difference here. Let me go and show you guys for MTD. You don't see the difference, right? So our slicer is not working. I know why it's not working. Okay, let me show you guys why it's not working. One thing I forgot to tell you, you need to make the relationship between these two tables, right? The table that we just created through DAX and the table which we loaded from the SQL, right? So let's go to data model here. Of course, if you go here, there is no relationship between these two tables, right? That's the reason why you don't see that behavior. Slicing is not working, right? So now let me make the connection. Alright, it seems there are some duplicate values in both the tables. So if there are duplicate values, of course we can't make the relationship. So it's like many to many relationship will not work in Power BI, right? Okay, fine. What we can do for that, to get rid of this issue, what we can do, we can have one bridge table created which will have distinct values between these two tables, sales data as well as the tax table that we just created. So let me go for that, and let me load distinct values and create one bridge table. Okay, the query that I'm gonna use here for loading the distinct values is just like this: select distinct of sales date from the sales data table. All right, so let me load that. Not only in this requirement, in any other requirement also, in case if you have duplicate values in both the tables, so definitely you can't go for that, because many to many relationship will not be allowed, right? So for that, what you can do to get rid of that issue, you can have one bridge table wherein that bridge table should have the unique values to relate both the tables. Here in this case, sales table as well as table which we created with DAX. So I'm gonna name this as a bridge. It's up to you how you want to name it. Maybe if you want to name it as reference table also, of course you can do that. So I'm gonna name it as bridge. Here this table has got only unique date values, right? What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna connect my sales data table with bridge table through sales date. Yes, it is connected. Now I'm gonna connect this through my YTD table as well. All right, now we are done. Let's go back to our visual and see whether it is working or not. Now currently it is selected YTD, right? We have got total sales amount here, but as we have got only 1 year, we can't see the difference whether it is working or not. We can't identify, right? So let me select MTD. All right, it is working now. MTD, it's a month to date, right? How it works, starting of this month till today, right? So it has calculated sales from the starting of this month till today. So in the same way, quarter. Here in this case, quarter, as I said, right, July is the first month in this quarter, so you can't see the difference. It will show same like your MTD. Okay, I mean first month of the quarter, right? So your MTD and QTD will work in same way. Obviously dynamically it will work in next month. Okay, if you execute same query next month, so your MTD will get the data only from the starting of the next month till that day, right? QTD will get starting of this quarter, like 1st of July till that date, right? So that's how it works. All right, if you give this feasibility to your users, so obviously they will be more than happy to use this functionality. Of course, if you want to convert this to any other charts like line chart or something else, of course you can go for that. Give this feasibility to your users, so they'll be definitely more than happy. You don't need to have pre-calculated measures for MTD, YTD and QTD separately. So if you have a table created like this, if you use those values in the slicer, based on your slicer value, obviously your all the visuals, all the data cards, those added in your report, those will behave and give the calculation for the selected date intelligence. Okay, all right, this is how it works. So I hope this is clear for you guys, and I hope this will definitely help you out in case if you want to implement dynamic functionality for any of the reports. Of course, users definitely will be more than happy. So thanks for watching my video, and please do subscribe for more videos from my side on Power BI, Azure Data Engineering certification and machine learning as well. All right, so we'll meet again with a different concept. Until then, bye bye, see you.